From Penn State to State Penn, Jerry Sandusky guilty on 45 counts.
Child danger charges. A couple in court after finding a 9-month-old dead.
And housing overhaul, how Columbia homes are upgrading their outlets. KOMU 8 News at 10 starts now.
KOMU 8 News at 10 starts with breaking news.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jim Reed.
And I'm Molly Balkenbush. It took the jury 2 days to find former Penn State coach guilty for stealing the innocence from at least 10 children. Several more have accused him of abuse outside of the courtroom. The 68-year-old was charged for sexually abusing them. He was found guilty on 45 of 48 charges.
Prosecutors said he found his victims using his charity for at-risk youth called Second Mile. The Pennsylvania Attorney General made these statements just minutes ago.
There are many important lessons that can be learned from this case. One of them is that we can't let the national focus that this case has brought upon child sexual abuse fade after these cameras are turned off and the media has shifted their attention to the next important story. We have to continue to focus on child sexual abuse and to shine a bright light in those dark, dark places where the Jerry Sanduskys of the world lurk.
While the trial is over, there's still some waiting to be done. It will be 3 months before he's sentenced. He will likely spend the rest of his life in prison.
Back in mid-Missouri, the governor has cut higher education funding for 3 straight years. Today, he blamed the legislature for forcing his hand. Governor Nixon signed next year's $24 billion budget, but not before cutting out a $15 million slice. More than half of that slice, close to $9 million, came from higher education. That's about 1% of the total higher ed budget. Nixon estimates the state is facing a $50 million shortfall. That's why he says he's taking away from higher education. He criticized lawmakers today for transferring funds from programs like early childhood education and disaster relief to higher ed.
You only spend the money you have available. We were able to get an additional 40 to him over what the original budget was this year with the
Now, the 40 the governor referred to as the $40 million that he unilaterally took from a court settlement Missouri won from mortgage lenders.
The mother of a deceased Holtz Summit baby and her boyfriend pled not guilty today to criminal charges in Callaway County. Megan Ayers and boyfriend Brian Sarter were charged yesterday with child endangerment, possession of drugs, and possession of drug paraphernalia after admitting to using meth the night before the baby was found. A second court appearance is set for next month. Ayers and Sarter are currently being held at the Callaway County Jail on a $25,000 bond each. After the arraignment, friends of the couple were at the trailer home today helping to clear out some of the belongings. The cause of the baby's death will not be known for a few weeks until the lab tests are completed.
Well, your Friday here in mid-Missouri really just couldn't get much more beautiful. With low humidity and beautiful sunshine, things were just absolutely fantastic throughout the course of the afternoon hours. Right now, our live Doppler rate first alert radar currently making a completely clear scan of the area. We'll have crystal clear skies tonight, and Jim and Molly, as things cool down, we're going to feel pretty good, but the humidity is going to pick right back up tomorrow, so I'll have more details on that.
All right, thanks, Rosie.
Mike Zweifel has accepted the Republican nomination for Missouri House District 47. This comes after Columbia Attorney Jennifer Bukowski withdrew her nomination just 1 day after accepting it. Bukowski was nominated Wednesday, but in a post on her Facebook page, she writes, "My 2 children are very young, and every minute I get to spend with them is precious. Also, my true passion is to be in the courtroom." If elected, Zweifel says he plans to push for higher education.
It's a high priority for everybody here in Boone County and the 47th District. I know a lot of people in this district work at Mizzou and work at Columbia College and work in higher education in general.
Zweifel says he was surprised to learn about Governor Nixon's cuts to higher ed. Zweifel will officially file for office next week.
The Columbia Housing Authority has been gradually installing new energy-efficient utilities and public housing over the past year. New talking fire alarms, green light fixtures, efficient AC units, and water-saving toilets were installed in order to lower utility bills and keep residents safe. Rita Kelly says she's lived in the same city-owned townhouse for 33 years. She says her bills are significantly smaller. She saves an average of $100 every month on utilities since installations.
Well, we have a new heater system, air conditioning. They put a new toilet system in there. They came in and adjusted the water.
This is the first time Columbia Housing Authority has renovated their housing since they were built in the 1960s. The renovations cost nearly $5.5 million, but they'll save the Housing Authority and residents around $2 million every year.
With one of the biggest, baddest boating holidays of the year approaching, the Missouri Water Patrol wants to cut down on drunk boaters. Operation Dry Water is a national program to get drunk boaters off the water. Additional officers will be on the water to help catch drunk boaters and educate everyone about the dangers of drinking and boating.